Our next psychological skill is self-confidence. If we can understand how confidence works, we can unlock this hidden potential in our abilities. Confidence isn't that complicated. There's often a misunderstanding that comes from the idea that confidence is built upon our past successes. But it actually comes from what we say to ourselves. And this is where that self-confidence is generated. Because, your interpretation of yourself is where your actually self-confidence comes from. That's self-talk. That's self. It's through us that we're able to develop this. So it's through that internal dialogue, through that self-confidence, and it's all dependent on how you look at or interpret those things that you're saying to yourself. For example, if somebody comes up to you and says, "Hey, you look great. You've really been doing your training. Like, this is awesome. You're great." And you think, "Man, he's right. I do look good. I've done all my training." And that, from there, your self-confidence is just going to fill up. But if that same person says the same thing, he says, "Hey, you look great. Like, I can't believe it. You're awesome. Like, you've been doing the training." And that person thinks, or you think, "Man, I feel terrible. Like, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't look good. I haven't been doing my training. Like, I took last week off. I was sick. This is terrible." Think about that. Like, those two different interpretations of that very simple positive affirmation that guy's bringing us. But if we look at it as a positive and a negative through that interpretation, and that's how we kind of build that self-confidence, is through those interpretations of ourselves. So when we're taking part in self-talk and we're doing one of two things, we're either building ourselves up through those interpretations of our self-talk, or we're wrecking ourselves. We're like just wrecking that self-confidence that we've become and built up. So becoming aware of this internal dialogue is so critical. And to grow and develop as individuals, we really need to be mindful of our thoughts and what we're saying when thinking to ourselves before, during, and after the race. So you say, "Okay, Chris, we've created this awareness, but how do we shift our thoughts into this positive outlook?" And how do you do that? Well, you do that by developing credibility. And you develop credibility by doing the work. As simple as that. You train, practice. And through those, and doing every single workout, and everything to the T on your training plan, and giving 100% efforts, doing more than everybody else, and just be willing to give that sacrifice, you're going to develop that self-esteem through that process, and it's just going to be built upon. And you'll know you've done everything that you need to do in your power to get yourself ready. So you have to trust your training. You have to. You've done the preparation, the work, the day in, the day out work to get to this point, and now you got to get something from it. Be confident. Be ready, because you are ready.